Can you share more about the promised land effect, Will?
Yeah, sure. So, one of the other things that I pulled from one of your sessions that we were in was this concept of the promised land. And the promised land is the idea that you can give them a little taste by blurring out, let's say, the dashboard of your product on the sign up page so that they feel like they're almost there, right? That if they just fill out that sign up form, they will remove that sign up form and the dashboard will become clear and they can actually look at the product that they want so badly to see. And we had an image that was what we thought was something that was emotionally engaging. It was, an image from a concert, let's say a band on stage playing, and it talked about, a little blurb that talked about selling tickets to events and the sign-up page. But we, again, ran an A/B test because I don't like to just throw, even if it comes from US and I know it's proven, I want to see what is the impact to our business. So we ran an A/B test. We sent about 29,000 users to both the A version and the B version, our original version, as well as the Promised Land version. And we saw an 8% increase in conversions just with the Promised Land. And so it was like, well, we can remove the emotional image. We can remove the little blurb of text we thought was going to convince people to sign up and just show them a blurry version of the dashboard and voila, more signups. So that was another great quick win. And it was incredibly easy. It didn't take us any development time at all. I mean, literally, we switched out an image that we were using. And so when we talk about quick wins, I mean, it was like a drag and drop and overwrite the file and it's done, So, and that's a lot. When you talk about 8% increase in conversions, that's a lot. Like if you take a conversion rate, from 4%, I do this kind of exercise with people all the time, but if you take a conversion rate from 4% to 6%, for example, that's not a 2% lift, right? That's a 50% lift in what's going through that spot, which means 50% more users, 50% more traffic or revenue, let's say. And it could be even more profitable revenue depending upon your margins or if you got some fixed costs associated. So conversion rate optimization has been huge for us. And I like to test everything that we do around here for that reason.
Then it works, right?
That's right. And we know it works and we feel super confident. And then I can refer you, Wes, to everybody I know because it's like, yeah, man, this guy gives us great suggestions.
Totally. And why do you think the Promised Land effect works?
I think it's the curiosity gap, right? It's like, I'm almost there. That's really what it is, right? I'm almost there. And then I think this kind of ties into, another subject, which is removing friction and making sure that those sign up forms require as little as possible to get a user in. But they can see that, like, man, if I just fill out this little bit, create my account, my username and password or whatever it may be that you're requiring of them, and I click this button, then I'm going to be there. And so they feel like they're farther down the line and they're almost there. Whereas if you're not showing that, they really don't know what's beyond that screen, or they may believe there's more beyond that screen that they're going to have to fill out. This is going to take some time. And so, there's a curiosity gap that's created, and it also makes them feel like they're much further down the funnel, let's say, to completion and getting to their goal, which is to see what your product looks like. I mean, that's what they're doing if they're at that stage at that point.
Totally. Yeah, it definitely increases motivation too. So I can share this weekend, I was doing this half marathon race and there was no clear ending in sight. Like I was looking at my watch, I'm like, I'm already at 21. What the heck? They're making us run longer. So I'm like, okay, pushing it, already demotivated. Like I'm done technically. But they had like this long street and then you had to like tons of people on the right and then you had to like turn right. And then there was the like finish line and there was like 15, 20 feet before you hit it. I'm like, oh, this sucks because like, had I known, I would have pushed it way more, but I was just like super demotivated because you just don't see the end result. And so I just love races like that because when you think of like user psychology, you're just like, it's same thing applies. If people see that finish line of like, oh, I'm going to get in a product, I'm going to push it. And that often comes to whether it's that 8 or 10% more people like putting in that little extra effort to go through it. In this case, it's not like running a lot more, but it's like, okay, I'll fill out this couple forms and take the next step on that end. And that's a mini little finish line for them.
Speaking of my sign up flow, it reminds me too, so we have 3 steps. There's the username, password. Then we ask if you're an event organizer or an attendee. That's really important for us as to kind of what dashboard we're going to put you in. And if you're an event organizer, we have to collect your company name. And that's something else that we use later down the road. But on that last step for company name, it's just one small field. And we used to have the button below. It never changed. And so it said next, which would take you to the dashboard. We got another point or two. I can't remember exactly what it was. It wasn't huge. It wasn't like the 8% at the very front end or the 40% we had before, but we got another point or two by changing next to finished. So it was just to let them know, this is the last little thing you got to do to get there, rather than making them think there's maybe a 4th step, let's say. So that was big too. I mean, one word change to get another point out of it is huge.
Yeah. And it makes sense though, right?
Yeah. And these are the things that get overlooked sometimes in the design process or the initial development process. You just don't really think about it yet.
Yeah, most people don't spend too much time on the micro copy. It's like, oh, it's all design and everything. It's like, but no, people are reading and they want to know how many steps are left. That's why I'm a big fan of progress trackers and everything else like that. Like, oh, am I 30% of the way there? 50, 60? Show me some progress.
I mean, to our designer's point, next also makes sense. You click next and then you go to the dashboard. But for the psychology of the user who's signing up, finished makes a lot more sense. So
totally. Yeah. And they finish something, then they can go to the next thing. Nice.